noon, and we have to make sure first and foremost we get you guys caught up on what in the news is going on around the world. And the best person to do that's who? The one and only Cliffside News. Let's get it, baby.
So we'll go on to live entertainment. Without further ado, here they are.
It's Cliffhanger.
Love it. I just love it.
Love it. Alrighty. With that being said, not gonna lie, y'all, we got some foolishness to get into. Let's get it. First things first, you know we gotta pop out here 2-3 weeks. Tyrese is in the news, y'all. He's calling out his ex-wife as he accuses her of failing to pay her part of the daughter's tuition and other stuff. Now, Tyrese took to Instagram. If I'm not mistaken, it was either today or late yesterday, accusing his ex-wife, Miss Gibson, as she was doing extortion, theft threats, blackmail, fraud. Like, he was going in. And you know, Tyrese post is literally long as I don't know what. So I'm not even, do your own due diligence to look at the story he likes to drop on Instagram and Twitter. I'm not even going to go through the rigmarole what he's talking about. Mm-hmm. But he is accusing her of extortion, threats, blackmail, fraud, and other stuff, and not paying 50-50 on their daughter's tuition. Mm-hmm. That she's been missing payments for years on. Mm-hmm.
That would have been him.
Hey, exactly. Like it's hard to show sympathy to a dude where, first off, you don't know his angle is too many times, and if it's really either justified or if it's newsworthy, versus him trying to be noticed. Because that's the staple on Tyrese nowadays. Right. That's why we look at, hey, it's every 2-3 weeks now. Hey, you know Tyrese gonna pop up. Yeah. Or if it has nothing to do with him. So I hate that he bringing his wife into it, but I mean he's been bringing up his partners. I just hate the daughter is in it now.
Well, again, but you have to look at what it is. Again, if this was a female, they would have put it out there quick. He's doing his part, trying to make the guy look bad. And I'm not saying he's trying to make it look bad or not, but hey, sis, you got your part to do as well, and you're not doing it. If that was a female, right, they would have been back in court. So
you make a good point. And this is for what it's looking like. She's owing $25,000 in tuition.
That's it.
Yeah, literally it. Hey, we're finna. I'm sure Tyrese is not finna shut up. We will know more information.
Oh yeah.
Next up. Now, if we're talking about daddies along these lines, this dude right here, I can't even. Man, I'm just have to let him speak for himself. I can't even do this because this is crazy. Benzino, another dude that comes out every 2-3 weeks.
Lately,
has decided to speak.
Everybody deserves a second chance, right? I know that Elvis lied him up.
Hold on. So they can hear. Alrighty. That's been Benzino. He was approached with the question, do you think R. Kelly needs a second chance? Kells. And that was his opinion on it. You're saying something, my bad.
I think everyone has their own opinion on it. I'm not saying if he's wrong or right. That was one of the most quietest trials I've heard of. You really didn't know when. And I said I was going to see if I can find the transcript of, the court. I'm just curious. I don't even know why he's in jail. Like, what did he? I don't even know why he's in there. I don't know what he did. Like, I don't know what he did or didn't do. And I think that where my problem is, if you're going to get one, there are several. So I don't care if it's parents, aunties, uncles. It's like you go after one. Am I an R. Kelly fan? No. I like his music, and I can't sit here and say I'm going to stop listening to his music, because he wrote songs for other people. So second chance, third chance, it's not my choice. Now as far as dating a 13-year-old, 14-year-old, I guess my question to men, because I have someone really close and his wife is 2 years older than I am. Mm-hmm. And he's 65. Mm-hmm. Is it okay now that you're at a certain age? Because me personally, and me trying to date someone my kid's age who's 28, 26, 21, regardless, I can't see me doing that. To me, that's still nasty. That's still a child to me, Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I have my own little, I don't care if they're 13 and you're 17. I look at that the same as when you're 21 and you're 70. Like, it's still not right to me.
I don't, only along these lines. And I can't disagree with you on the preference sides, even if you're going past minor age. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But that's the biggest point for me. It's minor age. They really don't know any better and haven't developed that type of, not just social awareness, but understanding.
Like
13, yeah, like 13, 14.
But we have to look at it here. Joe, you're how old?
53.
So there are things that you're going to know that a 22-year-old don't.
Yeah.
So,
but I'm still grown.
You're grown, but mentally don't necessarily mean you are. Like, there are some things that you may know, like, okay, you graduated high school, or but you don't know what he knows, or not as close as, I still look at it as, you should, first of all, I don't even have the same mindset, or we can't even have the whole same conversation if I'm messing with a 22-year-old. And here it is, I'm 35.
Well, I think if you're older, they're not trying to have a conversation.
I don't see what we can hold a conversation at.
There's no conversation to be had.
So
y'all hold a session.
And even pretty much.
I'm saying y'all hold a session. I don't think she's getting with him when he's getting with her for the conversation.
Tell me when they're younger, or
I'm talking. I ain't talking about. I'm not talking nothing about the kids stuff. I'm talking about when you got an older man and a younger woman.
I can't, and I don't.
I'm not taking the kids stuff.
Saying.
Yeah, you just got it. You just got that. Wow. You just got that.
Listen, okay. Listen. I've never understood it, and I don't think I would ever understand how a man can be in your here and you deal with the woman here. It's not.
Women do it too, though.
It's the same way. I'm just speaking.
Like I said, because they're not holding conversation, they're holding sessions.
But even if you want to go to that point, which, like I said, I'm not gonna argue them points, because if you don't match each other on some type of immature wise, no, you don't have too much to say outside of sessions. But sessions alone is still sessions in consent of a grown adult.
Right, I agree with that.
It's not sessions in consent of somebody that really would be a 25-year-old would be able to consciously say yes or no that we assume for a 25-year-old versus a minor.
Okay, but 16-year-old can't say yes or no?
We as Americans can stomach a 25-year-old and a 70-year-old.
And that's a problem.
Okay.
But for me.
But we can't stomach a 16-year-old and a 75-year-old.
Now, I think here in Alabama, I know, because they take the age down. At one point it was 18, then it was 17, now it's 16. I
don't think adults.
I think now it's 16. So if you're 16 with an 18-year-old, that's you're breaking the law. Well, I don't know. My opinion is I just feel that when you're an old man or an older gentleman, and you're dating somebody in their 20s and you in your 70s, that's your grandchild.
Well, do you, as long as you messing with kids, man.
Yeah.
Grown folks mess with grown folks, but leave the kids alone.
Yeah, so change your mindset. Here is 16, and I think there was a 2-year gap. So every state has their
they got their own type of rules with it.
To me, you shouldn't even have to have some things. Is just
I mean, I
we have to put rules in, but they keep taking that age down here.
Well, you got to think about it. You got men actually saying what's legal, which I think is really horrible. Because there's no 16. A lot. But I'm saying there's no 16. I mean, that shouldn't even be legal. And so R. Kelly, should he get a second chance? Yeah, in jail. So
I think a lot of people need to be put in jail.
Well, I mean, again, you go with the top guy, and then you move on down. But what R. Kelly did, yes, he should be in jail. If he was found guilty by 12, so yes, he should be in jail.
Amen. But yeah, ain't got nothing to say.
We're found guilty with society before the courts, but
now I will say that was slimy. He already got guilty with the court of public opinion.
Well, he got away the first time though, for a long time.
Hey, the counter.
You got
away with it, but he was found not guilty. So if we go by what you said, he was found guilty of this, then we can't say what he got away with here.
He got away the first time allegations came up.
Was he not in front of 12 though?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, he was.
Did he go to court?
Yeah, he did.
He found not guilty. Then
because if we go there, then we gonna bring up Michael Jackson. God rest his soul.
Please, no.
But okay,
make the argument.
No, we can go by Elvis.
No, but I'm saying the first time, but he was found innocent. Then he kept doing it, and he got caught this time, and they found guilty.
I'm gonna have to read what exactly because I didn't know why he was in there. I thought that these were people who he was holding against their will, but they were grown.
They were kids.
Okay, no, I'm talking about the other women, the two that house.
I don't think it was part of the cases.
But that was also they brought that
up. They said he was doing a lot of freaky stuff and a lot of underage stuff.
Okay, so the underage I get, but is it against the law to be freaky with older? Because a lot of the stuff that came out.
Well, how you do it. It just depends on how you do it. The consent and when was it kidnapping? Was it being
against your will? This is why if you ever sleep with me, we're gonna sign something because we ain't finna do.
Fellas don't even worry about that. Y'all don't even fellas don't even worry about it.
How full sign
these days because you got some grown men.
Bro, don't worry
that
about
look like you. That's 16. Tall and I'm like, dirty. And you have women or young ladies who look way older than y'all women. Y'all understand. And in some cases, it's not to do what you're supposed to do. Hey, can I see your ID? And they make fake ones. I mean, it's always a line there. But yeah.
It is. Yeah, let's move on. Next up. Speaking of different states doing certain types of things, this is I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna leave most of my stuff alone. This is just journalistic me at this point.
Yeah, I would have left that one alone too.
Yeah. As far as with news, Florida's 6-week abortion ban has finally went into effect, impacting thousands of women down there in Florida with the new abortion law, which is deemed as one of the strictest limits in the nation. It would also impact multiple states, and this is another reason why I brought it up. It's impacting Georgia, Mississippi, and Alabama. If you don't know us on the show, we live in Alabama. This is also coming through the presidential candidate, Governor Ron DeSantis down there in Florida. Florida, I guess from the stats from the Washington Post, says that they account for at least one of the 12 abortion cases that goes on through the states since 2022. I'm gonna be honest. This is I'm only giving the news on this with this being big news. I don't know. I'm not really finna press any type of opinion on it because I have
an opinion on that, and it goes back to something you said.
Go on for it.
Who made that decision?
That would be a man. A man. I'm with you all day. You going right there all day.
I mean, at the end of the day, we have the freedom to, but yet as females, we don't have the freedom to. I just feel that if you're gonna bring this topic up, not you. Where's the ladies? Let us make this choice. This is my body, And in some cases where they're saying, okay, well, if you're raped, you can't get an abortion. So you have to carry this, or if it's life threatening. I think they were fighting about that too. But it's us. This is me. So why can't I make that choice for me? You know?
I just find it real weird how a lot of politics move into actual real life scenarios in such as the nasty way. Mm-hmm. Because my folks in my family, women is very, very close to me, you know what I mean, and through the years and getting comfortable enough to tell me, have told me verbatim from their mouth how they were molested. You know what I mean? And they didn't have a voice to say anything.
And we still don't.
You know what I mean? In fact, given who you are and how your family move, and sometimes it be your family. So it's like it's real. Yeah, I'm with you all day, but like how you said earlier, I'm still a dude.
And a dude made the statement. The reason men made the law is because women want to make abortions legal. If I could get men pregnant, it'd be a bunch of y'all.
Jesus, no.
That wouldn't work. So you can't get no child. Okay, I'm sorry. but it's our body. Do you know that if you're not okay, so if you're young and you have 2 kids, you cannot say, "Hey, tie my tubes." If you're married, you have to get the consent, or they have to get the consent of your husband to tie your tubes. Mm-hmm. It goes back to we don't have control over our own bodies. Mm-hmm. As females, that's a problem for me. Whether I believe in abortion or not, this is my body, and maybe my body can't carry a child. You know, I just some things I just feel like, hey, you know, yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. It should be our choice. Let me just say that. It should be our choice.
Let me say this. I think a lot of the people, when you use the word abortion, right? I've covered this for years. And I get what people are saying, but people who want to stand on that hill, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, here's the hill you can stand on, right? It's a child. Who's protecting the child? Okay, for everybody standing on that hill, I want you to take your behind down to the foster care system and go get some kids.
No, you never had it.
No, because what I tell people is, y'all fight for the child till they get here. And then when they get here, right, and the mom can't take care of the kid or whatever, right, there's nothing here for the kid. So at the end of the day, like I said, make it make sense on both ends of everything that you're talking about. For that child that you're fighting for, and everybody standing on the hill, don't disappear after a building passes. No, when everybody take care of the kid, so you're going to take care of the kid and raise that kid, right? Because we got to make sure we're doing this the right way. You ain't did your just part just to do something because you stopped something. Because now a child is in the world, and if the mom was, taken advantage of by somebody, and she put that child up for child care, that child still going to be without a mother. That child may still end up in the system. That child still may be the problem and be the child that comes up there and rob you because you brought that child into this world. Is that right or wrong? But at the end of the day, let's make sure we make it make sense all the way through for that child that you're saying you're protecting. Because you're not protecting the child by standing and saying, yes, we're going to stop this part of it, but we're not going to do the other part. Come on, y'all. We got to do better than that.
Yeah, I agree with you 1,000%. And when a mother, and I'm not saying in all cases, but unfortunately, a mother who raises their kids on their own, they can't even get assistance without, we take care of y'all. You know, so you look down on that woman. I never had to receive assistance because I've always bust my butt and took care of my kids. But I was a single mom, no child support. I had my children. But what if I didn't want to?
Right.
You know, I don't know. I just feel like let that be our choice. And another thing, they never said that, I want you to get a vasectomy. We can't make that choice for y'all. If you wanted to go and do it, you could do it with a wife or not. Go right ahead. But for us,
that's unfair.
We got to have you to sign off. Man.
And like I said, if you're a lawmaker, right? If you're in the Senate, you're in the Congress, period, right? We really need to sit down and think about what we're making laws about, and what does it mean at the end of the day? Because some things, I think that law, that specific law, I think that women should be on the panel. I don't think, you know what I'm saying, and women should come up with what that looks like for them. I don't think men should be making that decision. That's just my humble opinion.
Okay.
Hey,
all right.
I amen both of those. Those have been all of the news for today. Hey, again, if you're tuning in on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram with Twitch, you'll be seeing all of these clips on YouTube. Please be a part, like, share, and subscribe. And those been all the news.
All right, guys. You guys are locked into the Free Media, right, man. I appreciate that, Cliff. We got a lot to get into today. Actually,